All right, we're talking about two different team building games, both involving making your, I guess you're getting into pairs, and both games involve in those pairs making blindfolding somebody and the other person giving them directions. So both of these really sort of focus on people being able to focus on directions they're hearing and following those directions while there's a bunch of other noise and distractions. So don't know what to call these. I guess you've got one where the in the pairs they're trying to get through a big square with a bunch of obstacles, and another one is in that same square they're trying to find objects that they can throw at another blindfolded person to knock them out. So the first scenario where is have a big area, maybe marked out with climbing rope or something like that on the ground. And inside that area, you'll have a bunch of obstacles, just be objects, could be things like chairs or crates or what cones, whatever you've got to be things that people can't bump into. And then you've got all your people, you pair them up. One of them should be blindfolded, the other not. And it's usually good to have these blindfolded people not know exactly where all those objects are in the marked off area, the square or circle or whatever you've got. You want to make it pretty large enough for multiple people to be walking through there. And so if you've got all the stuff set up in the area ahead of time, then when you've got people blindfolded, you should move them to the outside areas of this marked area. Kind of move them to a place where they don't quite know where the stuff is in front of them. You know, they shouldn't be able to see the area and think to themselves where the objects are and map it out in their head. They need to be blind to what's in front of them. And so then you've got all your blindfolded people on the edge of this area that's has all the obstacles, and their partner is standing next to them on the outside, but their partner who's not blindfolded has to stay outside of the obstacle area. And then some sort of signal to start everybody, and the non-blindfolded partner has to give verbal directions to the blindfolded partner of how to walk through and get to the other side of this area with all these obstacles without hitting any of them, bumping into any of them. And so you've got all these different people yelling directions, so it's challenging for a blindfolded person to focus in on just their partner's verbal directions. And yeah, the first blindfolded person to get across their pair wins, as long as they're not hitting any of those objects. The other variation of this, perhaps getting a little bit more silly, is rather you don't have to have any obstacles in this area. Usually you can just have a bunch of soft objects, rolled up socks, things like that, scattered around inside this same kind of area that you've marked off with climbing rope or whatever on the ground. And you've got your same pairs, one person blindfolded, one person not. The blindfolded person shouldn't know where all these objects are in the area, so either scatter those objects after they've been blindfolded or move them around the periphery of this area with the objects so they don't know at what point they're entering and where all the objects are. And then when it's the same idea where you all start at the same time, your blindfolded partner has to enter the area by following directions of their non-blindfolded partner. So they're giving verbal directions, but this time they're giving directions to get to one of these objects, to be able to pick it up and then still blindfolded, they have to follow these directions to throw the object and hit one of the other blindfolded folks in this area to knock them out. So it's quite silly and funny to watch these blindfolded people struggle to accurately throw an object at something that they can't see, just following the directions and hoping that they hit their mark. And yeah, then the winning pair would be the one that succeeds without being hit, while all the other blindfolded folks have been hit by a soft object and are out. All right, I hope all that all makes sense. Bye for now.